Reacts video. Today we're going to be reacting to Silk Sonic's Smoking Out the Window. When they dropped their first single, Leave the Door Open, I thought that it was just going to be like a one-time thing. I didn't realize they would carry on like as a group and like create a whole ass album, which apparently that's going to be dropping very soon. So stoked about that. And yeah, I think that them coming together is very brilliant. I didn't see it coming at all. And I love Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak's appreciation for good music, that old school 70s R&B soul, good, you know, like Confunction, Vibes, Heatwave, like all of those groups. I feel like they align with that in the past, and I think that's great that they're reintroducing this sound to this generation. All right, well, you guys already know the drill. Let's hop right into this. But right before we do, please feel free to check out my social media. Hit that like and subscribe button. I really appreciate you guys. Actually, right before we do this, I know I've never done this on camera, but you guys must know, I partaketh of the 420. Let's spark this shit up in honor of this record. Now I will proceed.
Wait a minute, this love started out so tender, so sweet. But now she got me smoking out the window. Must have spent 35, 45,000 up in Tiffany's.
Ooh.
Got a badass kids running around my whole crib like it's Chuck E. Cheese. Put me in the
Ooh.
X-Men in the UFC. Can't believe it. Can't believe this bitch got me.
Pause. Dude, okay. First off, in honor of the title, had to whip it out. But I love how they're all standing up there with the joint. I really appreciate that fat bass. Do 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 do. Like it's very vibey with the chords. It accompanies it so well. I hear that electric piano. I hear that glockenspiel right off the bat. This definitely sounds like right off the book. They definitely studied a lot of the greats. But I can say one thing: they're very smart in regards to their lyricism. Because we've talked about this before, how Bruno definitely has a very retro sound, but he modernizes it by his structures and arrangements of the records and also his lyricism. In this case, you wouldn't hear anybody from the 70s say bitch and outright, you know, there's certain things that just wouldn't fly. And just off top hearing that modernizes it for me. But the instrumental is very back in the day. Ooh. Pause. I love how they brought the strings in the chorus. It made it much more bigger, has a greater presence. Sounds like they put some reverb and hall on the piano and electric piano that they had as well. I appreciate their drums a lot. That fill right before that epic break is just really great, and I love how they have the snare EQ'd. A lot of that high end cut out, and it just is very fat. The snare and the kick are EQ'd very well, and they sit very well together. Oh, okay.
Just the other night, she was gripping on me tight, screaming Hercules.
Ooh. Ooh.
So I had to please. Baby, why you doing this? Why you doing this to me?
Pause. Whew, that's just so nice. It's just like so I see why it's called Smoking Out the Window. Like I really just feel like I'm cruising down the PCH and just, you know, puffing, smoking, blowing smoke out the window. I like how the glockenspiel is playing that melody. Da 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 da. And it sounds like there might be a flute that's mirroring those same notes. It makes it sound very soft and playful, like Whenever I hear a glockenspiel, I always think of like Christmas or like the 70s where it was primarily used. I really love how they really utilized percussion back then. And I feel like Silk Sonic is doing a great job at incorporating that back in as well. And like percussion, a lot of people sleep on percussion, I feel, nowadays, and like a lot of music that's coming out. Percussion is so important. Shakers, tambourines, which they really do hone in on that tambourine, especially at the chorus, and they broaden it up. You know, I just had to like give that like short example real quick.
Not to be dramatic, but I want it down. This bitch got me paying for trips. Diamonds on her neck, diamonds on her wrist.
Ooh.
I'm so cold. You got me out.
Better.
Smoking out the window.
Pause. Also, I do like the arrangement of the brass instruments. I know there's a trumpet for sure. I'm not sure if they have like a trombone, but I love the staccato notes that they play, especially on like the fills and right before that breakdown happens. Definitely, all of these acoustic instruments are being utilized so wonderfully. I'm listening to the drums and they definitely do sound live, but I'm wondering if there might have been like a programmed like kick to really help fill it in and give it that girth and fatness. Because I've recorded, you know, live drums before, and the kick, I mean, I guess it depends on like how you mic it. Yeah, but I just honestly feel like they used like a software kick to kind of fill it in, and the way that they EQ'd it so there wouldn't be any sort of like clashing or phasing issues. This bridge. One other thing that I noticed as well, I mean, I don't know, I've never heard this in like any soul record of the 70s, but that breakdown that they do right before that drop, where it's like boom, doom, boom, doom, boom, doom, boom, and that kick is just playing those whole notes. Like, I don't know, that lead up is just very fresh, a fresh new take on this. Because they're like, you know, if we're going to do this retro shit, we don't want to just mirror it, you know, because there's no originality in that. So definitely the way that they structure everything, I think definitely sets them apart from what happened back then, and it reintroduces a new sort of fresh take on soul and R&B. Yeah, bro. Yeah. Pause. Okay, yo, it's hard to explain, but I feel like with the chord progressions, like I know where it's gonna go. I know where the resolve is gonna happen, and it feels good to be right, you know? Not to say that this is like too predictable, because there's some things that they did and I'm just like, whoa, like I didn't expect that pre-chorus to hit the way that it did, or like that drop at the chorus was just epic. I just honestly feel like this is a great follow-up to their first single, and I'm really excited to just listen to their album. It has me in my feels, definitely relevant to today. It makes people feel good, and it just gives people a sense of like wholesomeness, you know, if that's even a word. Alright, Bruno, that high note, bro. Okay, those dance moves. Wow. Dude, epic. Epic as fuck. I'm out of words. You know, I hear a lot of people say that Bruno has a tendency to just mirror things and there's no originality, but like I said, I beg to differ. Like those backgrounds and those harmonies, the way that they're like layered, like I hear Bruno's staple for sure. And I really love what they both collectively brought to the table. Really kudos, you guys, to this. Like this record hits. They ate. They left no crumbs, dude. Like, and this shit was released 4 days ago, has over 18 million views, and the like to dislike ratio is ridiculous. Like, amazing. The people have spoken. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below, man. Thank you so much for your patience on these videos. You guys know it's a struggle all the time, but we're getting through day by day. And yeah, man, I'm gonna go finish chiefing on this, but you guys have a happy day. Koji Kali, out.